Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for the opportunity to us to present our research in International Seminar on Psychology 2023. Let me introduce myself. My name Hazhira Qudsyi. I'm from Department of Psychology, Faculty of Psychology and Sociocultural Science, Universitas Islam Indonesia. Let me present our research with the title Fear of Missing Out and Psychological Well-Being Among Final Year Undergraduate University Students in Indonesia. For the background of this research, being a final year undergraduate university student is a tough moment for every student. Many final year students feel burdened and experience difficulties in completing the thesis. All these difficulties can cause the high levels of stress in students and lead to lower psychological well-being among them. There are several studies that correlate psychological well-being with various variables such as social support, personality, social status, resilience, social media use, and anxiety. There is a phenomenon related to anxiety called fear of missing out, or we can call it FOMO. This research will focus on this anxiety phenomenon because FOMO is one of the signs of a person's low psychological well-being. The result of all research suggests that high FOMO leads to poor emotional levels, poor environmental mastery, and negative interpersonal interactions. Based on the description above, the purpose of this study was to empirically the relationship between fear of missing out and psychological well-being among undergraduate university students. This study aims to determine the hypothesis of a negative relationship between fear of missing out and psychological well-being among undergraduate final year undergraduate students. This study employs a correlational research design with a quantitative approach. Participants of this study were final year university undergraduate students who were working on their thesis in Indonesia. To measure psychological well-being, the researcher used the psychological well-being scale, which has been adapted into Indonesia version by Putra, and fear of missing out scale by Przybylski et al., which has been adapted into Indonesian version by the researchers. For the results of this study, based on the correlation test result, the analysis shows that the value of the correlation coefficient, which are negative 0.429 with a value of p with 0.0, with that means the p value under 0.05, indicating that there is a significant and negative relationship between fear of missing out and psychological well-being among final year undergraduate university students in Indonesia. This demonstrates that the greater fear of missing out, the lower the psychological well-being of final year undergraduate university students, and vice versa. You can see from the table for the analysis result that there are correlation test results of each fear of missing out and each dimension of psychological well-being. And there are a significant relationship between fear of missing out and each dimension of psychological well-being. And also, you can see from the table for the differential test based on gender, which means the p-value is not significant. And also the differential test result based on durations of playing social media that are significant result for the variable of fear of missing out and for the variable of psychological well-being. And we move to the discussion. From this of this research are in line with the results of previous research, which found that there is a negative and significant relationship between fear of missing out and psychological well-being. These results show that the higher the level of student fear of missing out, the lower psychological well-being they have. The intercorrelation result show that there is a difference in correlation between each dimension of psychological well-being with fear of missing out. According to the result of the analysis, the strongest significant correlation is the dimension of purpose in life with fear of missing out, followed by the dimension of self-acceptance with fear of missing out. FOMO, which means fear of missing out, has a negative and a significant relationship with the dimension of purpose in life, where individuals who have high FOMO tend to lose direction and clear life goals. This finding is in line with the research of Przybylski et al., which states that individuals with FOMO have low satisfaction in meeting their basic psychological needs, and therefore they focus more on trying to fulfill these needs rather than developing greater life goals. Furthermore, FOMO has a negative and significant relationship with the self-acceptance dimension, in line with the results of Baynes et al., which shows that people with FOMO experience anxiety and difficulty accepting themselves. Individuals with high level of FOMO feel anxious and worried about other people's activities, feeling that other people's activities and possessions are more enjoyable than what they experience. Therefore, individuals with high FOMO tend not to feel satisfied with themselves and desire to be someone else. Researchers also conducted differential tests based on gender. The results on the level of difference in both fear of missing out and psychological well-being between male and female gender show no difference. This is in line with research conducted by Gaskin et al., who found that a person's FOMO experience is not influenced by gender. This research is also in line with research conducted by Saleh and Mustafa, which states that there is no difference in psychological well-being between male or female gender. This study also analyzed differences in fear of missing out and psychological well-being of final year students with the duration of playing social media. The results show a significant difference. A longer level of social media use will affect an individual's greater FOMO experience. Individuals with greater FOMO tend to spend more time in social media platforms, to spend more time on social media platforms to stay connected so as not to miss the events that occur on social media. They found when students intentionally reduce or refrain from using social media for a significant period of time, they reported an improvement in their mental health for the better. For the conclusion on this research, according to the result of the study, it was concluded that there is a negative and significant relationship between fear of missing out and psychological well-being in final year undergraduate students. This indicates the lower the fear of missing out score in final year students, the higher of psychological well-being score and vice versa. Thus, the hypothesis in this study can be accepted. So this is our presentation about our research with the title Fear of Missing Out and Psychological Well-Being Among Final Year Undergraduate University Students in Indonesia. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for listening.